These are called forsythia. They are these little four-petaled yellow flowers, and they are on this kind of draping shrub type bush plant. I don't know much about them, honestly, other than what they're called. So I'm just taking a few to take home. Make sure not to pick too many, especially in early spring like this for the pollinators. How pretty. We got a little jar. I am gonna open it up so that it doesn't get all gross in there, but yeah. Forsythia, a few things. I'm not super familiar, like I said, with forsythia specifically. I don't know if it's edible. That's not what I'm gonna use it for, even if it is, but if and when you forage, especially if you're a beginner, it is important to make sure of a few things. First things first. Don't be stupid. If you do not know something, then that's okay. There is so much that I don't know. But if you don't know something, 100%, if you would not give it to a newborn infant with complete certainty, do not eat it. Look it up. Make sure. Okay? Second thing, even if it is something that's completely fine, edible, safe for humans to put on you or in you, it's important to think of a few things in the environment too. First, are there pesticides? Are they spraying pesticides or other gross things? If so, you don't want to eat it. Second, how close is it to the road? As I'm sure you can hear and see behind me, there are cars. I can't remember specifically, I'm not completely sure about this, but I think it's supposed to be at least 200 feet from the road. This is not. So, even if I was going to do something to eat these with or make into tea, whatever, it is too close to the road. The fumes and stuff from the road get stuck in the soil, goes into the plants, not good for you. So keep that in mind. But we're gonna keep going. Next one. These are called Spring Beauties, and they're quite cute. They are very small, and they're ground flowers. They're not like a shrub like the forsythia, but they're very abundant, very common. Growing up, I remember these being one of the first signs of spring, hence the name Spring Beauty. But they are typically 5-petaled flowers, and they range from white to pink. So this one, for example, very, very pink, whereas this one is more white, like that. And you'll also see some of them have more rounded edges, whereas others, where, like this one, those edges are more pointy. So I'm not going to take a bunch of these. There are significantly fewer of these than there were the forsythia. So, got another one. This is a common periwinkle or a lesser periwinkle. Again, I'm not going to pick too many of these guys because there aren't as many. Okay, look at this one. That is a 4-petaled periwinkle. Interesting. They normally have 5 petals. We're gonna go a little bit further into the park away from the road and see what looks like some cherry blossom trees, and I want to see if there's anything else over this way. Alright, so again, I'm not going to pick too many of the cherry blossoms just because this is a public park. It doesn't have any rules against foraging or anything like that, but again, I want to be respectful. I think it's very important. So, I'm not going to take too many of these, but I did want to get a couple of them. I'm going to press these as well, so very excited. But they're really starting to flower. There aren't a whole lot of petals on the ground yet, which means they've just started flowering. Alright, let's see if you can spot it. We have some very early violets blooming. That is very exciting. Fun, fun. Okay, so I don't know how well it's showing up on video here. But I found something interesting. I don't know what it is, but I'm kind of scared to touch it, so I'm not going to. But it's cool looking. I'm gonna look for mushrooms just in case. I haven't found any morels. Well, morel mushrooms. But I did find these guys, and I wanted to show you. These little guys right here. Alright. Very long name that starts with an E. Entalomataceae? I don't know if I said that right, but I wanted to show you. Alright, so I did decide to come to one more park because I think this might have a different variety of things. So we're gonna look around. I want to look for more mushrooms back in here because I think that we might find something. If we're gonna find something somewhere like this with more foliage and like rotting dead stuff on the ground is probably where we're gonna have luck. So it is still pretty early. It is just April 1st and the temperature has only been warm enough for like a few days, so there's a good chance that I'm looking for nothing right now, but I want to practice identifying trees because I've heard that's the key to finding morel mushrooms. From what I can remember off the top of my head, ash, aspen, oak, sometimes tulip poplar, elm. I'm sure I'm probably forgetting some, but I'm going to be looking around those trees and see what we come up with. Cute. Okay, nothing yet, but I have found a lot of oak trees and a lot of ash trees, so I feel like I'm going in the right direction at least. If nothing, if anything, it's good practice for if they're not like sprouted yet. When they do, I'll be better at identifying trees. I think I'm gonna go down here. I'm thinking it's probably still a bit too cold for them to be really popping up, but I'm gonna keep looking. Just gonna relax in nature for a bit, and I'll let you know if I find anything cool. Oh. Found this cool looking rock. I thought the edges might be an arrowhead. I don't think it is, but it's still cool. So I'm gonna take it home and wash it off. And then, look at that. It's kind of dirty, so I'm gonna see if there's a way I can clean it. But very cool nonetheless. Lots of little quartz pieces. I can't tell confidently what this is, but I'm very excited to wash this off. I stopped recording for a bit because I was sick of carrying the tripod around. I'm hitting my limit physically, but I wanted to show you something else I found. Again, nothing groundbreaking, but one of my very, very favorite things. A crinoid ossicle. It's pretty cool. It's not in great condition, but I'm curious to see, once I wash it off, how it looks. Okay, I'm back at the car. My camera fell. Alright, yeah. I need to be done. I will see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned until then. I will see you later. Bye.